President Trump just a few weeks ago, you'll remember, warned at some point he would no longer stay away from the Justice Department. Well, apparently that point just came with the president demanding that the DOJ examine whether his campaign was infiltrated, in effect calling for his government to investigate the investigators. And now the DOJ is responding.
Facing mounting political pressure from the president, the Justice Department this morning says it's asking its inspector general to expand a review of whether the department and the FBI abused their spy powers during the 2016 campaign. Now it'll determine whether there was any impropriety or political motivation. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein in a statement writing, "If anyone did infiltrate or surveil participants in a presidential campaign for inappropriate purposes, we need to know about it and take appropriate action." The announcement a swift response to a presidential demand. Mr. Trump on Twitter Sunday vowing he'd be ordering the DOJ to launch an investigation into whether or not the FBI DOJ infiltrated or surveilled the Trump campaign for political purposes, and if any such demands or requests were made by people within the Obama administration. That demand following reports in the New York Times and Washington Post that an FBI informant made contact with 3 members of the Trump campaign as the Bureau began investigating possible election interference. The president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, who said that he and the president don't know for sure if there really was an informant in the Trump campaign, speaking to NBC News, defending Mr. Trump's position.
And all he's asking for is for them to investigate it. He's not telling them what to conclude, so it's perfectly appropriate.
The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, dismissing President Trump's spy claim as nonsense, describing the president's demand as an abuse of power in an effort to distract from his growing legal problems. The president also lashing out after indications the Russia inquiry is expanding, tweeting sarcastically, "The witch hunt finds no collusion with Russia, so now they're looking at the rest of the world. Oh, great." It comes as the New York Times reports Donald Trump Jr. hosted a meeting at Trump Tower a few months before the election with 3 men, including a representative of 2 wealthy Arab princes, one from Saudi Arabia, the other from the United Arab Emirates, who said they were eager to help his father win the election. Trump Jr.'s lawyer telling NBC News they pitched Mr. Trump Jr. on a social media platform or marketing strategy. He was not interested, and that was the end of it.
Peter, let's go back to Rudy Giuliani, the president's lawyer. He says he knows when Special Counsel Mueller will be done with this investigation.
Yes, Savannah, that's right. Rudy Giuliani telling NBC News that the special counsel, Robert Mueller's team, told him that they're hoping to wrap up the investigation by September 1st. Of course, Mueller's team isn't commenting publicly. It's important, though, because the president's team is effectively here trying to publicly frame the expectations, in effect setting an out date. Giuliani, by the way, also tells us he plans to write a counter report that may or may not become public, depending on what Robert Mueller's team finds. Savannah and Hoda.
All right, Peter, thank you so much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.